Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in, and today we are going to talk about the spell Silence and what it's good for, what situations to use it in, what it affects mainly, and who can use it. So let's get into it. We're giving this spell an A minus. I think this is a great spell. I will pretty much always choose this spell if I am playing one of the classes here that can use it, because it has so many uses and it can be used so effectively. So, Silence is usable by bards, clerics, rangers, circle of the land, desert, druids, so specific, the undying, and the fathomless warlocks. No wizards, no sorcerers, but it's not hard to have one of these classes or to dip into one of these classes and be able to get this spell. So, lots of classes can use it. We're giving it an A minus. That's one of the reasons why we're giving it an A minus, but that's not the main reason. It is a concentration spell. Yes, you do want to concentrate on this spell, and it is a ritual. Now, rituals are best for wizards. So, and this is not usable by wizards. This is not a wizard spell, so you can't cast it out of your spell book, but you can do this in a near combat situation where you want to depress the enemy's ability to detect you by sound. So, it's a second level spell, takes one action. Like I said, it's ritualized. It lasts for 10 minutes. It has a range of 20 feet and an area of effect. It has a range of 120 feet, and it has an area of effect of a 20-foot radius. Verbal and somatic components. It's illusion, of course. So for the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. You cannot cast this on an object. I know in past versions of Dungeons & Dragons you were able to cast this on an object. Can't cast this on an object. It's cast on an area. So any creature or object that is entirely inside the sphere. So large creatures that are partially inside, they can make sound out if they're only partially. So they have to be entirely inside. They're immune to thunder damage. That's an added effect. They are deafened, and there's no sound. Everything is silent. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible to do while you're in here. So this is one of the big things. So in combat, because this does take one action, so you have to prepare, you have to choose it, and then you have to cast it with a slot. In combat, you would cast this so that you could shut down, say, a enemy spellcaster. Now, I went through the spells and I sorted all the spells out by those that require a verbal component and from 9th level on down. And as you can see, almost every single 9th level spell requires a verbal component, which means these cannot be cast. And there it is, Wish cannot be cast. Look at all these 8th level spells that cannot be cast. And so on and so forth. If we go all the way up to like page 5 of this as it's done. Here's 6th level spells that cannot be cast. And I'm gonna bet that on this page here is Chain Lightning. Where is it? Oh, no, it's all in alphabetical order. So, but you get the point. All of these, like Sunbeam, Summon Fiend, none of these spells can be cast as long as you have a silence spell up. So you will shut down an enemy spellcaster pretty hard. And then your melee fighting classes, paladins and fighters and archers and all of that can go in and just gack them, because they are essentially just almost a normal person at that point. Now, the other piece of this is creatures are deafened while entirely inside of it. So you could be hiding out inside of this, and I would pretty much give somebody who is hiding in this, I would say to give them advantage on their stealth checks, because a big part of perception in this game, and it does say in here, that is hearing. So your wisdom perception check lets you spot, hear, or otherwise detect the presence of something, and you can hear monsters moving stealthily through the forest. So if you were to cast Silence on your group and you guys were in an area that has things to hide behind or hide in, I would say that you're going to set up a better ambush situation than you normally would without this spell. Just keep in mind that while you're in it, you can't cast any spells that require a verbal component. So there is that. But once you're in it, you could step out of it and cast another concentration spell, and then this one will go away. But that's a near combat use of this, something that is used to set up an ambush. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment.